Hello, and welcome to saveourmiddleclass.net. Fooling Americans is no trick. It's easy, because like children, we want to believe that our leaders want what is best for us. It does not enter our minds that they may have ulterior motives which conflict with our best interests. I think it must be out of loyalty that we want to believe in the people that we voted for. Certainly they sounded trustworthy, and certainly they knew all of the right things to say to us, which convinced us that they were on our side. So we believed. Certainly they thought like we thought, didn't they? Unfortunately, we as a people are not cynical by nature, so we believed. Oh, how we believed in their words of warning. We totally brought into what they were telling us, and we bit at the storyline, and like a fish, we were caught. Except we did not know we were caught, so we let the storyline lead us wherever our leaders pulled us. But every once in a while, a story is so big that the hype around it finally bursts, and we are dumbfounded and made to look foolish. We stare in disbelief and are stunned until the reality of the story hits us like a cold pail of water. How could we be so stupid? How could we be taken down this path by our politicians, by our media, by so-called experts in their field, and all of it turns out to be a total lie. If this was our spouse and or our lover, we would feel jilted and betrayed. If this was carried out by a close family member, we would be shocked and angry. We have been taken for a bunch of chumps. Our pocketbooks have been picked and our credit cards have been maxed out, and we went without necessities because we were spending so much money based on this lie. This is no joking matter. We spent millions, no, billions of our own personal money, and it turns out that it was all based on a huge, huge lie that we were told time and time again, and we believed. I do not know about you, but I want my money back. In fact, I want more. I want the truth and no more lies, ever. I want someone to represent me that will not break my trust. Someone who will have my best interest at the very heart of their actions. Do you have any idea what I'm talking about? Are you angry? And do you want the truth? I do, and I'm going to convince you that you do too. I'm going to tell you how you have paid out a huge amount of your own personal money. Money you earned as a waitress, a nurse working the night shift, a truck driver supporting a handicapped child, or a bricklayer trying to save enough money to pay for your mother's operation. Or even worse yet, a single mother working 2 jobs and struggling to pay for babysitting and food for her children. All of this and even more has been thrust upon you, and you suffered needlessly, all based on a lie. It literally breaks my heart. These cold-hearted jerks that propagated this lie have a lot to answer for in my book. A huge financial burden was placed upon you and upon all of us, but especially upon those who could least afford it, and it was all based on a very big lie. Are you angry now? Are you wondering what could have cost you so much of your hard-earned money that it forced you to make difficult spending choices on a daily basis? This week, do I spend my limited funds on food for my family or insurance for my car? Or do I need to postpone paying the electric bill until next month? All of this happened to so many of us, and each and every day it was based on a big lie. Are you not angry? I say you're not angry enough. I say you need to do something about it. Join us and help yourself and your family. I will tell you how in just a few minutes. Do you now know what I've been talking about and what this big lie has been about? Do you even suspect what it may have been? What could have cost you to pay out so much of your hard-earned money and needlessly, and I'll repeat, needlessly added a huge financial burden upon you, your family, and your friends and neighbors? It was oil. We were running out. The world was running out of oil. We were forced to pay at the pump for $5 a gallon gasoline. It wasn't limited to gasoline. We are forced to pay higher prices for heating oil, cosmetics, automobile tires due to synthetic rubber, lubricants, yes, even medicines, cleaning products, asphalt, synthetic fabrics like those for our clothes and our carpets, fertilizer and pesticides for our foods, plastics and even diesel fuel. I will ask you now a rhetorical question. Are there more people in the world than there were 7 years ago? Are there more cars, more trucks, more planes, more boats, more of everything that requires oil? Yes. How can it be then that the price of oil is now at its lowest price in years and it is still dropping? Could it be that we are not running out of oil? Could it be that we were taken to the cleaners and we were forced to waste our money? Yes. And we are still paying too much for all those items that I just listed, which are all based on oil. So no more lies. I want the truth. I'm taking a page from Tom Porter's book, which you will find on our homepage, saveourmiddleclass.net. And I demand that our federal government conduct a domestic survey similar to the Lewis and Clark expedition and report back to our citizens the exact size of our country's natural energy resources. And I mean all of them. That is how much coal, how much natural gas, and how much oil reside in America, and no more bull. I suspect that we have vast amounts of each of these resources. I want the truth, and I want a refund for all the money your lies have cost me and my family. By the way, we now have so much oil that for the first time, we, the United States, are exporting it. And guess who's getting it? China and all the other third world countries. First they have our jobs, and now they want our non-renewable resources. I say no. We need to provide cheap energy at home for a manufacturing competitive advantage, as well as provide cheap energy for our citizens. Americans first, so to speak. So I will ask you, how did you like spending all that money at the pump? All that money on everything made from oil? Are you fed up? I ask you to join us and go to saveourmiddleclass.net and print off our pledge document and send it to every political candidate, both Republican and Democrat, whom is requesting your vote, and demand that they sign it and have them send the completed form to the address on the bottom of the page. I will publish it on the website. Or you could just go on believing their lies that cost you so much during the last 7 years. It's your choice. But for me, I want to elect people that have my best interest in mind in everything that they vote for and everything that they propose. And most of all, I want people who will not lie to me and then work for their big campaign donors, some of which are oil companies. It's your choice. Thank you for listening, and may God bless our American middle class. Goodbye.